Mr. C here again. Hope you've been smashing that subscribe button. I don't know why I'm doing that. Anyway, we're going to skip the warm up and go straight to the lesson. So, as always, pause the video so you can jot down your notes. This is going to be lesson 3, factoring, but this time we have an A, unlike the last lesson. It's still quadratics, still trinomials, but now our leading coefficient is going to be greater than 1. Again, here's a quadratic formula in standard form. But we are going to put the B still down here in the bottom. But we're going to multiply A times C to get the top number. I did forget to put this, but don't forget, always check for greatest common factor. And we are going to slide, divide, and then bottoms up. So don't worry, this will all make sense here in a second. So as always, pause the video where you need to so you can jot down what you need to. But go ahead and copy this first example. Okay, guess you got all your note copying done. So check for greatest common factor. 7, 4, 29, there isn't one. So we'll start here. Again, we are still playing the X games. 29 will go on the bottom. We're still looking for two numbers to add. But sliding, 7 times 4 is going to be 28. Now, when you have numbers like, and again, still looking for something to multiply. When you have numbers like 20 and 29, ideally, it's probably going to be 1 and 28. Because 1 times 28 is 28. And if you were to add these two, you would get 29. Because ideally, I'd say it, but when you're practicing, you should get better at these and be crafty enough where you could probably skip the factor tree. But if you still need to make it, it's totally fine. In fact, these numbers are going to get really big, and you probably will need to be making a factor tree just to find out which number is going to add up to get that bottom number. But it is going to be 1 and 28, so we're going to come back over here. We're going to do x plus 1, x plus 28. Okay, now we have this whole divide thing. We need to divide by what we multiplied with. That's 7. So under the 1, we're going to divide by 7. And under the 28, we're going to divide by 7. Then we divide. Reduce the fraction. Well, 1 over 7, that's as reduced as it gets. Let me bump this down. So, just going to bring that down again. This guy, well, 28 divided by 7 is 4. Okay, when everything's been reduced, well, then we do the bottoms up. So there is no bottom for 4, but we do have a bottom for 7. And we're going to, let's change colors, bottoms up. 7x plus 1. And then we just bring down the x plus 4. That's it. Hey, but just like the last two lessons, can we check our work by multiplying? Yes, we need to get 7x squared plus 29x plus 4. So, doing my boxes to check. 7x plus 1, x 4. 7x times x is 7x squared. 1 times x well is 1x, but we don't need the 1. 7 times 4 is 28. And don't forget the x. And then 1 times 4 is 4. Again, add your like terms. So 7x squared plus 29x plus 4. And we scroll up to check. 7x squared, 29x, 4. Indeed, that is correct. So, again, pause the video as need be, and then we'll move on. I think I got 2 examples that we're going to go over real quick. Again, trying to keep these videos short and sweet and to the point. Again, while you're waiting, smash that subscribe button. Number 2, here's your first example. Again, pause the video if you need to. Here's the second. No, I guess this is number 3. Again, pause the video. And 4. And then I am totally done. I mean, there's going to be examples and practices, but I'm going to do these. Again, pause the video as need be. Excuse me. I don't know if you can hear my little computer here, but that fan is just whistling. And I don't know if you can see the time down here. It is 10 o'clock, and it's way past my bedtime. I need to go to bed. So, again, check for greatest common factors. I don't see any. I'm just going to hop on over to my X game. Again, oh, yeah, man, my little PC is cooking. Let me see if I get it up on the edge here. Maybe it'll breathe a little better. So, where am I? We're going to put -3 on the bottom. And 2 times -9 is -18. And I hope this recording is going all right, even though my fan seems to be running a little hot. Fan, but you know, the computer. Anyway, so we got a -18 there. Again, if you need your factor tree, just go ahead and jot one down real quick. 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6, 4, 5, back to 6. I need to get 3. I can get 3 out of 3 and 6 here, so I know those are my numbers. But now I got to figure out which one's negative. I guess it's going to be a -6 because 3 minus 6 is -3. Think about money. I got $3. I spend 6. I'm in debt. And hate to say it, but if you can't see how you're in debt, I hope no one trusts you with money. Anyway, so parentheses x plus 3, x minus 6. Let me erase this line, get it out of my way here. I guess there we go. Actually, let's fix this because I'm going to use this to print. There we go. All right, again, bottoms, well, not bottoms up yet, we got to divide 2. So I'll divide everything by 2. So this is already reduced, 3 over 2. So I'm just going to go ahead and do bottoms up. And -6 divided by 2 can be reduced to a -3. And then bing, bang, boom. That one's done. Ooh. Ooh. I see some greatest common factor in the works here. Looks like a 2. So I'm going to do this over here. 2. Well, I don't want to move too much around. You know what? We'll put it underneath. So 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So 2x squared. 22 divided by 2 is 11x. And 10 divided by 2, well, that's just 5. Now, keep this in mind. I'm not going to worry about this guy. I'm focusing on this trinomial. But don't you dare forget about that too. Okay? So focusing on the trinomial, again, do the x. 11 on the bottom. Excuse me. 2 and 5 make 10. 2 times 5 is 10. Again, here's that being real close. These numbers are so close together. It's probably going to be 1 and 10. Because 1 plus 10 is 11. 1 times 10 is 10. So that is going to work. So I'm just going to come right down. Don't forget that 2. That's already on the outside. X plus 1. Then x plus 10. Now, don't get confused. I am dividing by 2 because of this 2. Not that one. This one. This is the one I used to multiply with. Okay? That number could easily change. Could be like, 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever. Okay, the point is this is the number that I use to multiply with. So that's the number I got to divide with. So 2 and 2. 1/2, well, that doesn't reduce anymore, so bottoms up. So 2x plus 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5, so x plus 5. And again, you could re-multiply that and get your answer. Since we are factoring, again, we cannot forget about this 2. Because if we don't have that 2, well, just real quick, and I'll just put this in green, real quick, if you're foiling or doing the box, your first term would be 2x squared. How would I get that 4? You would need that 2 on the outside, okay? If you don't have this 2, I would have to mark it wrong. Let's see, one more. Boop. Again, pause the video as you need to, as far as jotting down what you need. Number 4, again, I see some greatest common factors in the work. In fact, looks like it's going to be a 2 again. So 2, let's see, 4, 2, that's 2x squared again. 38, ooh, I'm pretty sure that's 19. X, and that is going to be 35. Bing, bang, boom. All right, big old X. Again, pause it where you need to. You don't spoil whatever the next step is, but if you're stuck, hit play again. Because ideally, we're working along with this together. But 2 times 35 is going to be 70. And then 19 on the bottom. 19, 70. Right now I'm thinking about it. 235, nope. Let's see, 19, 19, 10 and 9, that would make sense. 18, maybe it's 15. 15 times 4, nope. Well, I'm drawing a big blank. You know what that means? Factor tree time. 1 and 70, 2 and 35, 3 won't go into it, 4, I don't know if 4 will or won't, so let's get our handy dandy calculator. Oh man, I am sorry, I'm just coughing in this video. Divide by 4, nope, 4 is not going to work. 5, I know will work, so 70 divided by 5 is 14. 5 plus 4 is 19. No need to go any further because that is what we're going to use. 5 and 14. Come back over here. 2, that's already on the outside. X plus 5 and x plus 14. Again, we're going to divide by this 2 because that's what we multiplied with. So, divide by 2, divide by 2. Need more space. This is reduced, so bottoms up. So 2 times 2x plus 5. 14 divided by 2 is 7. Reducing fractions over here. And sometimes, hear me out real quick. Sometimes you got to reduce both. Like both can be reduced, and then both, once you're done reducing, would do a bottoms up. But again, that's for future problems you may have down the road. But that's all said and done. Bing, bang, boom. Again, trying to make the video short. I'm going to call it. Have a good night. I am going to bed.